we are live. Just double checking. Oh, by the way, are you okay with the music or do you prefer that I turn it off?
No, it's okay.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we are live. All right, let's see some people on the chat. Um, where are you coming from? What are you doing? What time is it for you? Are you a morning person? Are you a night owl? I am a night owl. I always struggle in the mornings. What about you?
I'm a morning person, so I started my day early and ended up like 9 o'clock or 8:30.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a morning person. I always struggle to wake up early. By the way, how do I pronounce your name?
So you can call me Kiranjot.
Kiranjot. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. All right, let's see some people. I think we're having issues with LinkedIn. Uh, huh. This hasn't happened before. But we have people on Twitch, so
Mm-hmm.
that's good. Let me just check really quickly. Well, you get some people in the chat. Hold on. This is weird. Hmm. Anyway, it will be recorded, so worst case scenario, we will just publish it on LinkedIn later for everyone to see. But yeah, um, I guess we can get started for now. So, Kiranjot, tell me about your journey in MuleSoft or Salesforce or whichever path you've chosen. And tell us a little bit about yourself so we can learn more about you.
Yeah. So I started my technical journey 6 years back, and I started my career with Java actually, and then turned into microservices developer, and then finally I'm a MuleSoft developer. MuleSoft, I'm doing a MuleSoft practice from last 3.5 years. So recently, I started my journey with the MuleSoft mentor and with the ChatGPT blog. So that was pretty popular on LinkedIn. So I like to create content with the new products that MuleSoft has just launched. So my love for technology is just going I mean, it is increasing day by day. I mean, the products and the live use cases to just correlate with them. Yeah. It's pretty.
Awesome. So, we're going to see some Composer and RPA. How did you get started on that?
So, so we have built a pretty good use cases on around RPA and composers. So it actually helps you to automate your day-to-day activities to save your time, and you can use your time and other productive tasks. So yeah, that's how I started my journey with RPA. But there are a lot of things that we can explore on RPA. I'm still learning that, but the key feature like RPA Builder, RPA Manager, and RPA Board, and the ecosystem that MuleSoft has built, the Composer, RPA Manager, and Salesforce Flow Builder, that how they can just communicate with each other. This awesome thing we have right now.
Yeah, for sure. Had you done Salesforce before or you just got started because of this?
I did my certification in Salesforce as well, so I am platform developer as well in Salesforce.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, yeah, what are we going to learn today?
So I am going to implement a use case on RPA Manager and Builder. So I just the audience that those are not familiar with RPA Manager and Builder. I'm just going to give you brief about what is RPA Manager and what we can do with RPA Manager and what use cases you can build around it and how it would help you in your day-to-day life. So let's start with RPA Manager. So this is the platform where we can automate our daily tasks, and it would save your time, and you can use that time into other productive tasks. So the use case you can build it around like PayPal processing, image processing, image screening, um, that price comparison, refunds. So those kind of use cases you can build in RPA. And today I am going to build a use case that which is pretty, I mean, not so very complex, but that was very useful for in day-to-day life. So it as a project manager, as a team lead, I keep approaching the team to submit the timesheet on every Friday. That is, please submit your timesheet. I need to keep send them reminders. So I'm going to automate that use case. So it would automatically send reminder to my teammates that please submit your timesheet on by the end of the day. So yeah, this is a use case we are going to build, but not so very complex because most of us are not so very familiar with RPA Builder and Composer. So yeah, so I will keep it simple and we'll go through step by step how we can do that.
Perfect. And Annika says, excited to hear you. Alrighty, so let's get started then.
Yeah, so my screen is visible, right?
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay. So we have beautiful documentation on MuleSoft's website to start with the RPA process. So the first step to do to create a project is to have process automation, process monitoring, process operation, and alerting, and RPA builder that would go come after. Let's start with starting automation of approved process, or we can go with process evolution first. So in the RPA lifecycle, this is just our first step where we are going to do process evaluation, where we will check if there is a need to be automated or not. My screen is visible, right, Alex?
Yep, we can see.
Okay, just wanted to confirm. Okay, let's create a process. So, time sheet. So I will go with default template and category. I will choose web. You can create your own category as well. So if we see, okay, so first step in the RPA lifecycle is the process evaluation. We will check there is a need to automate that process or not, because we can automate anything in today's era. So we will check based upon this parameter what is actually the need of this process to be automated. So let's assume I'm spending 20 minutes of my day to check my teammates' timesheet on every Friday, and the cost is directly proportional to my time. Suppose I'm this time is 20 minutes is around $30 uh, per day per on every Friday, and frequency is every Friday I'm doing it. So frequency per month is like 4, and these are the some parameters where we can check um, that what is the nature of that work. So it is a judgment based totally. The just sometime I need to reject that timesheet, and somebody need to submit it again. So that is pretty unstable, and that is not structured. I would go to the towards the right direction, so that I would have that nature of work. Input and output is also not, I'm not sure about it, so it would also go here. Stability is minimal changes, or it could be maximum changes. Sometimes I need to help developer to submit the timesheets. Data types could be text and numbers. Yeah. So if you see this dot is moving towards qualifier, and the output quality, urgent need of improvement, that's for sure. Complexities could be it's not so complex, but yeah, it's a mid between simple and more complex. And risk is see, when I'm moving this parameter, it is going in green area, which means it is it would be the higher chances to get approved this work by manager. So if I go here, if the risk is pretty, I'm not able to move. Okay. This is the pretty straightforward save. Yeah, task has been created. The next step is to get approval of that process from manager. Once I have this task in my process evaluation, so I can approve that. Basically, that needs to be approved by your manager. Once I click over here, I can approve. I consider myself as a manager. Okay.
Look at that.
Yeah. So I approve that task. Okay, so now let's start with automation. If now I'm clicking on approved, so there you go. So now I have a timesheet reminder. Process is approved by my manager. And let's get started. If you go to my RPA, my backlog, see, now I can see my task timesheet reminder in my backlog. So let's start automation. Okay, so now what all access I want to give to this user? I can design, I can build, I can test, I can deploy, I can give advanced permission as well, release to build, release to test, release to production, send email notification to all team members. Let's skip this part. Create automatic phase release task, but let's skip it. So let's save this one. Okay, we are ready to go. So this is the first phase that we have just completed, the process evaluation in RPA Manager. The second phase is design. So if we go back to the documentation, so we are done with the process evaluation. Now we have approved process that we are going to start a create project and start automation by in build and design phase. Let's go back to RPA Manager, back to processes. Okay, this is the design phase where we can design our automation tasks. So here I am going to use that one component we have in RPA Builder to call MuleSoft API. So I will call Mule API to get the list of timesheet. Call the list of employees, I would say. Okay, so who are those who are not familiar with this components? This is the board task that you want to automate. This is the user task where you can enter manual inputs. This is the creative exclusive gateway where you can have the conversation with the other components. That is create immediate event. This is end event. This is start. This is sequence flow. Now I will have another port task which will send an email for timesheet reminder. And this will call here, and I would want to end this process. Yeah, this is the design phase where I have two board tasks. First task that will call MuleSoft API, where we will get the list of employees who have not submitted their timesheets, and second board task that is an email reminder to those employees that who has not submitted it. Okay, let's publish this design. I can add Google Chrome if you want to add it. This is not compulsory. Okay, so now design phase has been completed. It will go to the build phase. So for build phase, we have RPA. Builder. Okay, so here I can see. Okay, let me maximize it. I hope this screen is visible. RPA Builder, Alex.
Yeah, it looks good, I think.
Okay. This is awesome. Okay, this is the repository explorer where if I refresh it, so I can see my timesheet reminder. Timesheet reminder. What's this? There. Okay.
You got all the message boxes.
Yes, so I got all the message boxes, all the bot tasks. Now we are going to build this one. So this is the first bot task I'm going to automate it. And this is the where we are calling Mule API to get the list of the employees who has not submitted their timesheets. And this is a workflow initialization where we can define our parameter that we can use the global in this flow. And here we can define our activity where we want to automate our process. So the first step I'm going to call REST API. So there is the REST API documentation. If we can follow just the REST API documentation. Mm, My VM machine is a bit slow, so just bear with me. REST API in RPA Builder. So yeah, this is the network call that we can make. These are the steps we can follow to call the REST API in our RPA Builder. Okay. So there is a toolbox that is same like MuleSoft palette that we have in Endpoint Studio, where we can get our components that we're going to use here in our automation tasks. So I'm going to use today the REST call to call the MuleSoft API. Uh, and I'm going to define the sorry.
No worries, take your time.
Yeah, it is bit slow because I'm on VM machine.
Yeah.
Because art builder is only available on Windows machine. Yeah, this is the URL I'm going to use. Sometimes your keyboard doesn't work, and sometimes these are the glitch we have on VM machine.
Yep. I remember.
Okay, so this is my URL, and this is the query pattern. Control X. query param. Here we can define our query params. So suppose I'm checking for submission date 23/27/7, and it's my endpoint where I will get the list of the employees who has not submitted their timesheet yet. And if I click on send, there you go. So I am getting the response from my MuleSoft API that I'm going to use to send them an email for timesheet reminder. It's pretty simple and easy. So here we get the list of the employees who has not submitted timesheet, and the next step I am going to do to parse this JSON query, to parse this response, to get the name and email. If you have noticed, I will check it again. If you have noticed, in response we are getting name and email of the employee. So I need name and email uh, to send a reminder to them. So there is another component that we can use to parse this response, that is JSON query. Yeah. So here we can define the variable. Sorry. So first I need to define JSON. Okay, before that, let me create a global variable that will that I'm going to use in this whole workflow. So let me create our variables. Name, email. Okay, I have created two global variables that I'm going to use this whole workflow. Now I am going to parse this response. Okay, I need to give them name as well. Let me add. Now it is in workflow. So now you can see now my activity parameters are there. I can pick one name and I can say okay. And now I can define the value of that name. Just I can write expression as well over here. If you guys are familiar with jQuery, then we can write like dollar dot data name Um,
You said jQuery?
yeah, jQuery. So these annotations come from jQuery. So this is the jQuery expression. So we have in documentation, if you look and go back to documentation, um, to learn about jQuery, to validate your jQuery, JSON query, um, there are few paths where we can actually validate and write the script. These are the links to JSON editor online. This is the one link where we can write a script to parse the JSON query, sorry, JSON result with the JSON jQuery, and these are the few more links that we have in MuleSoft documentation where we can parse our JSON result. So here I have my name. I just pass the name. I'm going to set this in variable. So like we have set variable in AnyPoint Studio, we have set variable over here as well. Okay.
I think this is the first time that I see someone actually doing stuff in RPA. So this is so cool.
Yeah. This is actually a very interesting though. So as a developer, I found it like I can play around the variables, I can play around the task.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, it's a bummer that it's only available for Windows.
Yeah, this is a, yeah, this is the one limitation we have right now. I probably like this would be solved soon.
Yeah, I'm sure it will.
Yeah. So this is I have set I actually what I did, I passed that JSON response and I picked the name and I set that name into a variable that is parameter's name, that global parameter I have earlier defined. I just save it under the name. This is how we can do. And now next step is let's save the email as well. So for that I need data email. Did I select this? Let me check if I have defined a variable. It is pretty slow.
I think VMs or slow computers in general, they are just here to teach us patience.
Exactly. Okay, there I'm going to pass email. Yeah. The next step is let me also set variable for sorry, so I'm going to assign to email to the value that we just passed. Okay, so whatever we did till now, we get the list of employees, pass it response, and set email. It set name to the variable, and then we parse email and set email to the variable. These are the variables we have defined the globally in the activity parameters. Now let's work on our next board, that is send an email or reminder. It take time. Okay, so here we go to
So for me as a MuleSoft developer, that thing that you have on the left is kind of like a mule palette.
yeah, exactly. This is the same kind of palette we have, like Anypoint Studio, uh, that we can search the components based upon our need, and we can use it. This is a mail session, and I'm going to use the send email. Cancel it. First, let me define here. I will write the server address. So I have this configuration over here. And username. Let me check this connection is successful. Okay, I need to change the encryption model as well. Sorry, would be fail. Yeah. So encryption model is, yeah. There's now it is successful. Now here I'm going to use encryption. Done. Accepting the server address. So when you are switching between Mac and Windows, you are pressing Command V and Command C, but it not don't work in Windows. So I have habit to use Command C and V.
Yep.
This is the one thing I learned, that I need to switch my keys. So send email. Okay, send email. So I'm going to use my account itself so that we can see that email has been sent or not. So let's check this one as well. Send disconnect test email. Yeah. So sending test email succeed. Let me check if I have received an email. Yeah, so I get the send test email. So my
Yay.
connection has been established. And let's press. Now I want to send an email. So here I can actually define parameters of over here as well. Let me first define the parameters. So I want to be, okay, so to use those global variable over here as well, what I need to do, I need to go to activity parameters. I need to add those variables over here as well. And then if I can see now, yeah, the activity parameters are there. Two, I want to send to email address. And A, A would be replaced by name, and B would be, I will show you what A and B. B would be email, and that's okay. So this is email template I already defined. So here what I can do, I can write this, sorry, it's again command V, command C. Okay, this is the one. So A would be the name and B would be the email address. So this would be the, and I can write subject timesheet reminder. Let's spell it. We have defined the template structure. We can give them a name as well. Give name. So we have everything now. Okay. Control save. Everything locked. Okay, so now let's test it first before it is deploying. Now process has been deploying. You are getting the list of deploy. Send an email. This process has been successful. Next process is running. Next is also successful. Let's just close this and let me check if I get that reminder. There you go. So I get the reminder for timesheets. This is very not so very complex use case, but it is very useful though.
Yep.
So now this process you can deploy on board, and later, let me get out of this VM machine. Okay. So later we can deploy this process on board and publish into the exchange, and then we have a boat as a REST API, and this is a composer. I just let me quickly also show you the um, mm, let me just show you how is interconnected between composer and RPA. This is a new flow I'm going to create, and let's assume it's a scheduler-based flow. So that process we can push it to Exchange as a REST API, and we have system action. Then we can search it for MuleSoft RPA board, and then we can add RPA task scheduler. Sorry, timesheet reminder. Okay, then we can call MuleSoft RPA bot from here, from the composer, and we can leverage the use case of RPA both into the composer as well, and also we can use in also this composer flow we can use in Salesforce flow builder. So all this ecosystem just give us leverage to implement multiple use cases in our day-to-day life. This is actually a running example of RPA builder.
That's awesome. Like, it took you less than 50 minutes to create it, and now you don't have to send reminders. Well, was it every day?
No, on Friday.
Every
Four
Friday.
times in a month. Yeah, every Friday I need to send reminder that yeah, somebody time sheet.
That is awesome.
Yep. Yeah.
And it wasn't even that hard. Like, I think everyone can actually just follow because it just click. Like, you just click through stuff.
Yeah, it's
It's
actually low code and no code.
Yeah, It was amazing. And also, like the jQuery stuff, it didn't look that complicated. So that was also great.
Yeah. Also, documentation has a step-by-step process. You can follow step-by-step instructions to implement that process and just go from there.
Yeah. Do you have all of this process documented somewhere in a blog post or somewhere that people can
Uh,
see?
I will doc- I will document it and post it on our blog channel.
Ah, perfect. That would be awesome. You
Yeah,
can also send it to me so I can send it to people. Yeah, that's
yeah.
great.
Also, if people have some questions around use cases or any query regarding RPA Builder, you can feel free to ping me on Slack channel. I will love to help you guys.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, as I said, this is the first time that I actually see, like, I've seen RPA before, but kind of like an overview or some more, um, like bigger picture
Mhm.
things. I hadn't actually seen someone go into it and actually develop something. So this was a great experience for me. I really, really love it. And I haven't been able to try it because I don't have a Windows computer and I don't have access to it. So it's great to be able to see someone else doing it live. So thank you so much, Kiranjot. Did you enjoy it?
I love to showcase this key features of RPA Builder and Manager. I
Nice.
will explore more use cases and will write a blog on that. You can follow me on Medium or you can check my blogs out there as well.
Yeah, for sure. Perfect.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Great work, Kiran. Loved it. Yay. Thanks for the great stream. Awesome. So people loved it as well. Thanks for the session. Yay. And I didn't know that you could connect Composer with RPA that simple. So that was also great
Yeah,
for me too. Yeah.
it's very simple and pretty straightforward. So just not so very complex. Just need to connect RPA Builder REST API. So you can publish to Exchange and that you can use as a REST API RPA mode.
Yeah.
And you
That's
can
awesome.
use it in Anypoint Studio flows as well. You can simply make a call to REST API from Exchange. That simple REST call, so you
Oh.
can use it anywhere actually.
Well, I didn't know that. That's great to know.
Yeah,
All right. Well, that will be all for today then. Remember to follow us on twitch.tv/MuleSoft_community so you can see all of our previous recordings, our schedule for the future live streams, and you can also receive notifications as soon as we are live so you never miss us. All right. So that will be it for today. I will see you again on July 4th. I know that on the US it's holidays, but not in Canada. So I will see you on July 4th then at the same time, Tuesday, July 4th. Alrighty, thank you so much, Kiranjot. I really, really appreciate it. And if you want to do any more live streams, please feel free to let me know and we can see you here again.
sure, definitely. I would love to stream it again.
All right, perfect. Well, bye
Thank you.
everyone. Have a nice rest of your day or night. Bye.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks for joining.